Thanks for your company. Maintenance works on pipelines stretching from the East Legon to Spintex Road has left a lot of road users plying the stretch between the two communities in heavy vehicular traffic. According to the Ghana Water Company, which is the body undertaking the rehabilitation works, the frustrating situation will be over by this afternoon. In the meantime, my colleague Jennifer Kwama has been to the Spintex Road to assess the situation and also spoke to some drivers and passengers on how they are coping with the traffic. She's come through with this report.
So I'm standing here at Shiashi on a Friday morning, the morning after the Ghana Water Company Limited announced that it's doing some work on the underpass. They actually have a water pipeline over there that they need to work on to supply water to communities in East Legon, Bachana and Spintex. It's causing massive traffic this morning. It's very slow moving into Accra and also moving back into East Legon. Let me speak to one of the motorists this morning on whether they know that this is what is happening and how it's affecting his day. Sir, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
What do you think of the traffic this Friday morning?
It's very bad. We have spent almost 2 hours in this. I've not heard any announcement yet. Maybe they've made an announcement, but I have not heard it. And usually there is traffic, but it's not heavy like this.
So you've heard one motorist this morning here at Shiashi who's really stuck here in the traffic, which is so heavy for a Friday morning. It's due to the works that the Ghana Water Company Limited is doing on one of their major pipelines that supplies water to East Legon, Bachana and Spintex. They did make an announcement saying they hope the situation will be rectified by midday, but as they wait, as passengers and motorists wait until it's rectified, there is a very large volume of traffic. Let's speak to another motorist here this morning. What do you think of the traffic here this morning?
We don't know where the traffic came from. We are all struggling to get into the main road. Yeah.
Please, did you receive any notice from Ghana Water Company Limited or, the Ministry of Roads and Highways concerning this?
No, I don't think so. We haven't had any information.
So how many hours have you been in traffic this morning?
I joined the traffic around 8 o'clock. Gradually, we got to this point.
I've been in around from 6 o'clock coming and up to now I'm here. I've heard that the motorway has been broken, and the underbridge has been broken. That's why we have been keeping long for this period. Of course, it affects us because by the time you will reach at the market, those people that are selling around, they have their depot already, they have been selling. So the market will become difficult for us to sell.
One position I'm hearing very, very often from motorists and passengers alike is that they did not receive any information, and this is in spite of there being a press release being sent out from the Ghana Water Resources Works and Housing Ministry in conjunction with the Ministry of Roads and Highways concerning the works the Ghana Water Company had started doing yesterday and will continue, hopefully will end by this afternoon at midday. Let's speak to a couple more motorists and get their views. As you can see, the traffic is moving, but it's moving very, very slowly, inch by inch. They do have some police presence at strategic points along the road. We're going to try maybe and cross the road and speak to those heading into East Legon at the moment. How is this traffic affecting you today?
Oh, anyway, we are managing. It's not good, but we are managing.
So we're still at Shiashi. We couldn't get any closer to the underpass because the traffic was so thick, and although it's moving, it's still very, very sluggish for a Friday morning. A few passengers and motorists we've spoken to this morning have said it's taken them several hours more to get to their destinations. Yes, we've even heard the views of one very angry motorist saying we should go and tell them to hurry up and open the underpass. Well, it will be open hopefully by 12 midday, by noon, according to the press release from Ghana Water Company Limited. My name is Jennifer Kwama, reporting live from Shiashi.
The Principal Basin Officer at the Dinsu Secretariat of the Water Resource Commission, Dr. Ronald Abrahams, is warning that failure to engineer water to the Dinsu Basin for further treatment for people of Nsawam Edwedri could result in another water crisis in the dry season that's coming.
We need to think about projects that will transfer water from either the Volta Lake or from the Wager Lake to the Nsawam area, because the situation we have on the ground there is not something which we can actually, work with. When it comes to the dry season, we need to have some system in place to support the water situation over there, so that when it comes to the dry season, we do it.
And how regularly, how regularly must these transfers be done over the period?
The transfer can be arranged in such a way that throughout the dry season, the pumping of raw water can be done into the plant, because by which time the water channels in Nsawam on the Dinsu River will be dry, so that we will be getting regular raw water supply into the treatment facility for treatment.
Dr. Abraham explains that the measure is among many other recommendations tabled to government over 8 years ago, but have not been implemented due to change in government.
When governments change, sometimes some of these recommendations will go. It was started. Part of it was to provide the water from the Volta Lake to Kofredwa area. It used to be like that in Kofredwa area also, where the Dinsu river system dries up completely and they have to look for water. When you look at what the National Development Planning Commission is doing now, to draw a 40-year plan so that any government that comes into power, they will be able to actually follow the plan. I think that's a laudable thing, because we should have a long-term plan, and then we should have periodic reviews of this long-term plan. They are actually gunning for a 40-year development plan, which will have to actually see some reviews after every 10 years. I think it's laudable, so that any government that comes into power will just look at it. So this is also another clarion call, so that while we are preparing our manifestos, we should actually deal with pertinent issues such as water for people. When you look at Nsawam, the prisons is there. Trading or commercial activities go on there. So by the day, their population is growing. And we have to actually look at the water need of the people when they come on transit or when people come to settle there.
Dr. Abrahams is also calling for attitudinal change to ensure good sanitation around the water bodies serving as sources for water production in the country.
There is a need for all the local government assemblies, or what we describe simply as districts, to have their own waste treatment facilities, solid waste treatment facilities, as well as the liquid waste treatment facilities. And then we also have to back this with these community re-engineering, as well as attitudinal change. And with attitudinal change, we have to give up the attitude of just the crude dumping into the very communities in which we live. We have to change it. We have to organize our waste and then give them to waste management companies that are working in the field. We have to give up the attitude of dropping things off our vehicles and then dumping things on our compounds or in the neighborhood in which we live, because that is not the best. We have to give up also keeping our animals at home and then allowing them to compete with human beings on the roads and paths and wherever we find them. And then when you look at Nsawam Edwedri area at all, sometimes people take their goats from their home or sheep and they want to wash these animals by the waterside. These are our poor attitudes. It must change. We have actually cultivated the habit of actually putting kiosks everywhere. That is actually not making our country clean and beautiful looking enough. We have to begin to think about developing industries that will absorb people, so that will reduce the level of trading activities that we find around us.
You're watching Joy News Today with me, Benis Abubedu.